Don't want that. So everything I know about design that I learned at Target. So when you see it, you know what it is. You can see it from the outside. That's our branding. You see it. It's like a cover, right? And then right there, it tells you what to expect inside. Kind of like a yearbook. You have most of the theme slogan is on the cover, all that good stuff. So the front is like the cover. Inside, you have gimmicks to get people in, like kids, into the store. So snack bars, vending machines are gimmicks to the store, just as nameplates and white coverage are ways to get readers into the yearbook. So at Target, we have the cafe, we have Starbucks, and we have cool little stickers called Kids Love. Just little things. Coverage is huge. Lots of dynamic coverage is something for people to get into the book. But the most important part of the store would be the magazines. This is because everything that we do throughout the yearbooks is built on inspiration. This is where you find the latest trends. In National Geographic, you find it in Travel, you find it in Sports Illustrated, Time, all the above. So, what do you notice? What do you notice here on this spread? What are some things that you see on this spread? Anybody? Katie?
The, kind of like the caption kicker, I guess, wraps around the pictures.
Okay, it's on the side.
Yeah.
Taylor?
The white space around the content that kind of like draws readers in.
Right, so there's 3 levels of white space here. Daigle's going to go over that later. But there's lots of white space, like Taylor said, on the outsides. It helps the reader. White space is something that the more you have, the better it is. So, anybody else? No? Okay. Design elements to pay attention to. So this is where you're going to start wanting to take notes. Photographs. So photographs are what guide you into the book. Photographs drive the design, they drive the coverage. When we start our pages, you're going to look through your photographs, and that will just decipher how many photos you're going to use or what kind of coverage it's going to be. Copy packages, we learned a little bit about copy and our alternate copy that we would like to do. So, putting where your copy will be is something important to pay attention to. That involves the headlines, the subheadlines, and the copies. Headlines, you'll have a design with your theme. Subheadlines will also have that, and then your copy, alternative or not. Captions are big because every photo in the book needs a caption no matter what. And it's important that our captions are good this year because what do people read first? They read the captions, right? White space, white space, white space, white space.
What was that?
White space. Graphics and art. That goes a little bit with our theme. You'll learn about that. If you remember last year we had a ACD that was bright blue and red. That's one of our graphics that we like to use. A couple years ago, you don't know the half of it, we had the box thing going on. That worked out pretty cool. So, another spread here. This is Brighton, I think. 2 years ago. Anything you notice about this page? Anybody before I pick up something? Taylor.
The cutouts that kind of are different from the other photo package, so it like draws the reader into something different on the page.
Right, it's different. So you have your traditional photo package, and then they throw a random cutout up here. Not so random, because it goes with their theme in their book. And it goes with the whole package. It's definitely different.
Katie has something.
Katie has something.
Katie?
Yeah. White space, white space, white space, white space.
White
space?
White space. Yes. White space is good. Again, 3 levels of white space there, everywhere. So it really helps. What about the headlines? What do you notice about the headlines? Anything about the headlines? No? They're all very similar. They all go with their theme. Same with the copy. They fit it right into that photo package. It looks nice. It all goes together. Consider while thinking about spread or designing your spread. Big dominant photos with white space. So that again goes with your theme, but depending on the photo. If it's a really good photo, make it big. If it's like one of those photos you're like, I mean, we have to use it, we want to cover it, make it not as big. So your photos depend on that. Hierarchy, once again, you need hierarchy in everything that you do. strong graphic elements, so ACDs, lines, whatever they are seeing has in store. It needs to be strong and it needs to be used throughout the book. Typography placement, so your fonts, your headlines, all that good stuff. Where is it placed? How is it placed? Something that we get complimented about a lot is our headline packaging, how we put our words together. You'll see it later when we use some examples, but it's one of the best in the nation, so keep that up. Then cutouts. We did a lot of cutouts last year, we did a lot of cutouts 2 years before. We'll see how much, how often, but cutouts are in right now. If you look at any magazine, you will see at least one cutout in it. So it's important that you incorporate that in your spread. Mods and colors. Mods, every single page needs mods. Mods are technically called alternate coverage. With the type of book that we're doing this year as an umbrella book, every single mod needs to tie into your dominant coverage. So if we're covering football, it could be something about the cheerleaders running the concession stand during the football game. Something like that, but mods need to relate, and every page needs at least one mod, some 2, some 3, depending on your what you have for your dominant photos. And then color, it looks like this year our colors are going to obviously have red. We always have to have red. White will be important to our book, and it will be a blue most likely. Not the same blue as last year. It's going to be a little darker. Not USA Pride, you know, America. But we'll see how that goes. Here's another one. White space. It looks a little bit more crowded, but the thing is that they are consistent with what they do. Their headline is on the photo. And it's okay sometimes to have a headline. If that goes with your theme, you can break that white space grid. Other than that, everything else is consistent. Their copy is consistent on top and on bottom. Their mod over here is consistent on top and on the side. And something else about this page is that the hierarchy is really good. So you see their dominant headline is the biggest. Their dominant copy is also the biggest. And you go to this mod and then a smaller mod. The reason that hierarchy is so important is because it leads the reader's eye. When someone's looking at your book and the page, where is the first thing your eye goes to? The big dominant spread, right? Then your eye travels and it goes to the semi-smaller one, and then to the super small one. This is because the details and the more important stuff is going to be small, or the details and the more important stuff is going to be bigger. The stuff that we need to cover, but it's not as cool, is smaller. So you want the reader to run in like a circle, you know, or a heart. This might seem like a lot so far, but it makes it easy when you find an inspiration. Every single page in our book has an inspiration. If you look back to our theme last year, we had an inspiration for that. You have to find an inspiration and you have to replicate it. The biggest thing is finding inspirations from magazines, books, stuff like that, and not from your books. You can go on Pinterest, Issue, any website and find magazines, but if you're taking from other yearbooks, it's probably not a good idea. You should not do that. So, we have Brighton High School from 2016, sorry. My usual mixed up. We had this inspiration. We looked hours and hours and hours for an inspiration for the Mr. BHS page. We found Lionel Messi running across the field with photos behind him. We're like, hey, this is pretty cool. Let's put it together. So Jacob Morris took it and he threw it into this. So the Mr. BHS page, you have the large kind of cutout on the top. You have the words or the photos going across. This is a specialty page. You see the gray and the white gradient. The photos in the same spot. It's very consistent with everything it does. Once again, another page that we took that inspiration. It's cool because once we had that inspiration, we put it together. So when the Broncos won the Super Bowl, we were like trying to figure out a Super Bowl page, and Dave was like, "Will, take this page." And I was a little sophomore that had no idea what was going on. And this page literally took me and Sammy about 8 hours one day. One Saturday. Just messing with it. And finally we're like, hey, let's do this inspiration. And it clicked right away, and it took us like 20 minutes to put the design together and find all the photos. So you can find full magazines of almost every magazine on there, so it's really cool. There's other digital resources that you can use, and you finally use it if it works. You also need a place to store your inspiration. So we will have a yearbook drive where you can store it in your groups folder. If you're cutting it out of magazines, which happens sometimes, you can throw it in your groups. Your team leader probably will have a binder or something like that to say, oh, and then